All right guys, today I want to talk to you about how you can get more power on your two-handed backhand. And we're going to do that by getting more lag and ultimately more racket speed. All right, so before we look at some clips online, some great demonstrations of racket speed on the two-handed backhand, I just want to show you what to look for here. Now, what I like to do is try and synchronize the front foot step and the take back of the racket, which is going to be quite high. This is going to be its highest point as you complete this take back. Again, synchronize the front step. It's going to give you a nice rhythm and stop you from being in an awkward position. But from here, what we have to do is allow the body to move first and the racket to move second, which means you have to be quite relaxed. If you're tight, everything's going to move as one piece. So you want to be relaxed enough with the wrists that the body's going to move and the racket's going to lag as that happens. So it's going to look something like this. If I do it this way, you might be able to see, I feel like from behind it's a little bit better because you can see actually how this gets pulled. But again, this is happening because of the body rotating. Make sense? So you have to be relaxed enough to allow the body to move and the wrist to just drop the racket head and have it lag and snap through like a whip. Wow. I would say that if you are tight and you bring everything through together, it's not necessarily wrong, because if a ball is coming really fast or you're hitting a return of serve off a first serve, then that might be quite useful to keep everything together. But if you want to generate racket speed, you want to hit, a ball comes pretty slow at you and you have time and you want to generate some power, then complete this take back at the same time as that front step, relax a little bit and allow the body to move and the racket to lag behind. Another thing is relax the wrist, but don't just start holding on, with one finger or hanging your fingers off it. You want to have a pretty firm grip, but just be loose enough with the wrists so that as the body moves, the racket can lag behind. We're going to look at some clips right now. I think it's going to help you to improve your backhand. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so who better to demonstrate the backhand than this guy? We'll see him synchronize the take back and this front foot step. Now I have a friend who describes this as getting to the top of the roller coaster and just letting it drop, using gravity and momentum to create this racket drop. He's not going to try and force it into this position, and it's going to happen by the shoulders rotating. You see that the shoulders and the hips rotate, but the racket gets left behind. Let's run that back again. So we're at the top of the take back. The body's going to rotate, the hips are going to rotate a little bit. The racket's just dropping using that momentum, and that's going to create this wrist, this racket drop using this wrist. You don't want to be trying to force yourself into this position. You want this to happen from the racket dropping and the body rotating, leaving the racket behind and having it catch up. Doesn't quite middle that. What a loser. But yep, that's how it's done. So let's take a look at Nitsan's backhand, and there's one more thing that I want to point out. So you'll see he has a great turn, shoulders are turned, hips are turned, and again, just like Djokovic, his shoulders and hips are going to rotate, and he's going to allow this racket to drop here, create lag. But in order to fire the racket through that contact, he actually has to stop the body for a second. So watch how the hips here are going to stay pretty still. So when you're trying to get your kinetic chain right, yes, the body fires the racket or gets the racket into this lag position. But to really slingshot it into the shot, you also then have to slow the body down. Because the kinetic chain is not about starting things, it's about stopping things to allow the next part of the kinetic chain to fire. So as you can see, I've saved the best for last, my backhand. Now I've been struggling with this for years, but what really helps me is to get the hands moving and I actually feel like I'm hitting it quite wristy. because my body often over rotates and I can't get the hands getting through the shot in time. So rather than slowing my body down, for me, I try and have the hands beat the body, which sounds, you know, maybe it's just not going to be appropriate for most people watching this. But anyway, that's what I'm going through. Hopefully there's something in this video that helps you with your own backhand. Let me know, leave me a comment, definitely like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.